Okay, so I'm going to show you how to work the Picot stitch on this little double crochet swatch. And I'm using a 5mm hook and just some extra leftover wool yarn in a worsted weight that I had. But you can do this with any yarn of any weight and any hook size. So I've just attached this separate color, this blue color, to show you how to work the picot, but you can also work this stitch using the same yarn that you've been using. I'm just using this to highlight it. So I usually work my picots on top of single crochets. So for this first stitch, I'm just gonna work a single crochet like normal. Now I'm gonna work another single crochet in this next stitch, but I'll be placing the picot on top of this one. So watch carefully. I'm going to single crochet, and now I'm ready to work the picot for this one. So this is how I personally like to work it. There's many different ways to work the picot, but I'm just showing you the way I like to do it. So I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and now after chaining 3, I'm going to work a slip stitch through this front loop of my stitch and the left leg of that single crochet. So what does that look like? I'm going to insert my hook into this front loop and this left leg of my single crochet, and I'm going to slip stitch with that chain that I did. And right here is our first little picot. It's sitting on the top of that single crochet. Now I'm going to work a regular single crochet in the next stitch and pull out my yarn so that you can see what it looks like. And as you can see, that chain 3 that we worked basically closed itself into a circle when I worked that slip stitch, and that's what makes this little bump at the top of my single crochet. So now I'm going to continue working picots every other stitch. So since I just worked a regular single crochet here, I'm going to picot in the top of the next stitch. So again, I'm just going to work a regular single crochet here, just like normal. And now I'm ready to work a picot. So I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And now to finish my picot, I'm going to slip stitch through the front loop of my stitch and through the left leg of that single crochet, just like this. And I personally like just going through 2 loops just because I feel like it's more secure. You can, if you want to, go through just that front loop. But again, I prefer going through 2 loops just to make sure that it's nice and secure. And there's my second picot. I always think it looks, or it's easier to look at it if you work the next stitch just regularly. And there we can see my 2 picots. Alright, so after I worked that picot, the pattern is essentially the same. You get to choose, how you want to space out your picots. So here I'm doing it every other stitch, but you can definitely do it, every 3 stitches, every 4 stitches, however you want. So let's do every 3 stitches, for example. So I've just worked 1 single crochet, so now I need to work 2 more, 2, 3, and then in the top of this 3rd single crochet I'll work my picot. So I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and again now I'm going to slip stitch into that front loop of my single crochet and the left leg. If you are a left-handed crocheter, you're still going to use the front loop, but it will be the right leg of your single crochet for you. That's the only difference. So I'm going to insert through that front loop and the left leg of that single crochet, and I'm going to slip stitch after my chain 3. And again, if I was doing it every 3 single crochets, I'd work another 3 single crochets and then work my next picot by chaining 3 and slip stitching through the top front loop and the left leg of my single crochet. And this is what it looks like. So this is what it looks like if you work a picot every 2 stitches, and this is what it looks like if you work it every 3 stitches. So you can see that the spacing does matter. I personally think they look a little bit better when they are closer together, so every other stitch. But, you know, that's just a matter of personal preference. You can do whatever you want. But yeah, I hope that you found this video useful and that you work lots of picot stitches. I think it's a really pretty decorative stitch, especially in my opinion for lighter yarns, so thinner yarns. I think it looks very dainty, and yeah, I think it's overall a very simple border, but I think it has a very effective look when done correctly. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you found it useful. And as always, if you have any questions, don't forget to leave a comment. I'll try to get back to you. And yeah, just thank you so much for watching my video. Feel free to subscribe if you want for more videos like this, and I hope you have a lovely day.